The site I was given to go over for this presentation was Illuminations, and I think this website's actually pretty cool. There are lots of different resources on this website for sure. Over on the right, there's some Common Core math standards, and so you click the grade that you would want to look at. And so, say I was grade one, and then you could in the search box, put in whatever you would want that would be math related to that, and then you can click either the lessons tab or the interactives tab. And so even if I don't put anything in the search site, I can still search, and it should bring up the lessons from that age group. And so like I said, I would definitely recommend this to other teachers and to all of you as well, because this site just has so many great resources that we can use. And so for my age group, I was given first grade, and so I did that same process, and I clicked and searched number sense into lessons, and so out of that I got a number sense lesson that is building numbers to 5. And so in this lesson, the students are gaining number sense and hopefully better understanding it from their base of when they would learn it in kindergarten. And so the activity starts out by showing a activity sheet. And so here's the activity sheet that we would give to the students, and we would tell the students to write the different numbers that they have on the board. We would have them predetermined. So, say in this first column, we would put a 6 or a 7. Then we would write these numbers, and they would go all the way down, and they would use all of the columns. And then on the right, they would draw objects that would show how many of that there is. And so this activity is really easy to do for the students, and really good to kind of get them reminded of what number sense is, and how exactly to use that. To begin this activity, after they fill out the main worksheet, then they would go into a group on the floor, sit in a circle group on the floor, and they would do a kind of counting by 5 activity to kind of get them realigned with their number sense. And so they would start out by counting their fingers on their hand, and they would get 5. And so then you would tell them to high five the person next to them, and so that would they would be able to demonstrate the meaning of and be able to link high five to 5, the number of fingers they have. And then the next thing that you would do as a teacher is you would have these numeral cards that would have numbers from 1 to 10 on them, and you would have the students go sit down, and then you would get out linking blocks. And so once the students have sat down and they have then you would introduce to the students a number. And so then the students would come up one by one individually and have to grab that many linking blocks out of the tub, and then go back to their seats quietly without telling their other students the answers. And so they would do that, and then you would all together count how many linking blocks they have, and hopefully they have the right number. And yeah, so I think this strategy and this lesson would be good for first graders, but I think it would be something that would be used maybe towards the beginning of first grade, maybe right out of summer, right after they've been through kindergarten and kind of realized and kind of been back into things to kind of get back in the groove of how to do things. I would say that this activity is kind of about in the middle of the DOK levels. I think At the beginning, it could definitely be high because you're not really giving them any background into the activity. You're just putting numbers on the board and having them draw objects. So I think that is definitely towards the higher DOK levels, but the activity in the middle would be kind of towards the lower because you're kind of working back down for sure. Like I said, overall, I think this is a good activity that could be definitely done in your first grade classroom. It has its advantages and gets the students up and moving a little bit and allows them to actually touch numbers. Some of the disadvantages might be that it might be a little easy for some of the students, but I think it would be definitely a good refresher for a lot of students coming out of kindergarten into first grade, and just so you can hit the ground running with those students. Thank you.